Hello, everybody. Welcome back to High Five Resale Shop. My name is Derek, and this channel is for people to learn how to sell on eBay, what they can sell, gain more knowledge so that when they go out looking for things, they can find different and interesting items they could sell on eBay for a profit. This weekend was a pretty good weekend for us. I sold 17 items for a gross total of $420. Pretty good weekend. Got some interesting pieces that I think 3 or 4 of them I put up last week and they already sold, so that's good. You want to put up things that are going to sell and turn around really quick, make you some money. And then some other stuff as long-term stuff, but let's get into it. What sold? So I put this up last week or the week before. Bought it at a community garage sale for $250. It's new with tags on it. I guess they never got around to wearing the Chiefs football, Kansas City football 2XL. 2XL. Long sleeve shirt, gray. Bought it for $250. It sold $29.99 plus shipping on top, and it sold for full price. And that's when I realized that I didn't have a sale on. So then, kind of Friday was kind of slow, and then after I put the sale on, it kind of picked up. So that $29.99 plus shipping on top. The next thing that sold was another shower head. Shower head and trim, oil rub bronze finish from Jones Stevens. It looks like that. This is from the Owl auction, so the Ozark Wholesale Liquidators. I spent $226 there at that auction, and the cost of $1 per item. So this cost $1, and I sold it for $18.74 plus shipping on top. The next item that sold was a audiobook. So before I started this channel a couple of years ago, I bought a Trucker's audiobook. So it's a whole collection of audiobooks. You can imagine how many that was. I think it was 900 and some. And I don't have the cost in the custom SKU field, so I really don't know, but we're at profit, way past profit on these. I think I bought that whole thing, a whole lot for like somewhere around $200 or maybe less. And this one sold for $12 plus shipping on top. I've been selling one of those a week. I have a person in town that they want to get rid of their audiobook section in their bookstore, and I wanted to go buy all their audiobooks for a decent amount, but I've never gotten back over there. It just, things happen all the time that preclude me from being able to do that. So I don't know when that's going to happen, but I'd love to sprinkle some new audiobooks into the other ones. I'd also like to go back through the audiobooks and take down the ones that are like, what are they, like $4.99, $5.99, $6.99, and lump 2 of the same author together and then do them for like $9.99 or yeah, if I find ones that actually have some value, maybe 2 at $19.99, but kind of like put better value together. So some of those lower price ones aren't selling, so try and make it put several together to make it seem like a better deal for the person. So that sold for $12 plus shipping on top. The next item that sold, I just put up last week as well, is the Spanx full body suit. It's extra large. Sold this for $20 plus shipping on top. We'll put it right here. The next item that sold was a pair of leggings. I've had these a long time. I bought these at a huge clearance event that Old Navy was having way back in the day. These are XXL leggings, Power Chill, ankle leggings. I got this little purple like tie-dye look to them, and these sold for $7 plus shipping, and they are new with tags, and that was the last one I had available of that. I think I had 6 or 7 of them at one time. This CD sold, a Soilwork, a Predator's Portrait. It says heavy metal, hard rock. Sold for $4.99 plus shipping on top, and there is still one available of those. Next item is this Hollister navy blue elastic micro mini skirt. It's an extra small, and it sold for $6.49 plus shipping on top. The next thing that sold was a book. It was a new hardcover. The Girl in the Velvet Swing. Sex, Murder, and Madness at the Dawn of the 20th Century. So, it's interesting. This sold for $5.59 plus shipping on top. The next thing that sold was this box filled with fashion jewelry, 22 pieces of bracelets and bangles. I'm not going to open it up. It's already packaged, ready to go. I got to put a little bit of paper in there. Oh, I mean, you can see it. You can see it. All those bracelets. The only thing I'm concerned with, and I'm not concerned at all with it, I might be leaving money on the table. There might be something in there that's Bakelite, but you know what? It's sold, and it is what it is. I hope that this person who bought it can find some value in it. That sold for $15 plus shipping on top. I'm kind of sick of holding on to some of this stuff. The next thing is this 2 CD thing of Selena Gomez. So these 2 CDs sold in a lot for $7.99 plus shipping on top. The next thing that sold was this book, the Bible book, book by book. It's a hardcover. It's from 1950 by J.B. Tidwell. It's in really good shape. $4.99 plus shipping on top, so not a really big margin on that. The next thing is this sold probably 9 hours after I listed it. It's Game Boy Advance white handheld console video game. This sold for $45 plus shipping on top. It is tested and working. The next thing that sold, this was put up last week. This was a blue Tommy Hilfiger extra large robe, and that sold for $15 plus shipping on top. This was listed a couple of weeks ago. This is from the Owl auction. So $1 cost on this. It is a Works 60-piece steak kit for this robot lawnmower, and this sold for $7 plus shipping on top. This Boyd's Bear sold. Victoria the lady, and I will try and show you a picture of it. This sold for $3.49 with shipping on top. The next item that sold was this Kohler Artifacts towel ring, brushed bronze. I guess I taped it up. Let me see. No, it's all packaged in there. So this is the thing. And that's what it looks like. The towel ring, new open box with the hardware and stuff inside of it. It sold for $88 in about 12 hours, maybe. $88 plus shipping on top for that. So that was a good pickup. I think I got that at a garage sale for maybe $4 or $5. So if you see Kohler stuff, it's got its box and everything and the hardware with it, I would totally pick it up, depending on the price, but give it a look up and see. It's more than likely worth something. It's probably valuable. Then the last item is going to be this magazine grouping. So when I got my CDs, the person I got the CDs from had these magazines. I'm thinking of when I have my next garage sale, taking these magazines and just throwing them out in the garage sale at $1 a piece and be done with them. They don't do that well, so I may never do that again. But this has three magazines from the 60s era. So you got Frank Sinatra, Marilyn Monroe, and then the 1960s. I bet you half of the information in this stuff is a bunch of lies. But anywho, that is everything. That sold for $5.59. So, you know, carrying these magazines is hardly really worth it. I mean, $5.59, it's not a big deal. Like to make more money off of the stuff that you sell. So that is everything that sold over the course of the weekend. I had a return come back this morning. I already refunded the person. It was one I'm not putting back up. I'm not going to put the item back up. It was a lower priced item to begin with that went out, and then they didn't like the way it fit, so they sent it back. I would have told them not to send it back and just donate it, but seeing how they probably couldn't read the measurements on there to find out if it fit beforehand, I don't think they could have followed instructions anyway, so I get to end up eating the return shipping cost, but it is what it is. And we'll just throw that item in the garage sale pile for later. An interesting topic that came up, I watched some random guy on YouTube talk about promoted listings. Now, you can comment area below. I'd like to know your opinion on it. So if you think about, there are people who don't participate in promoted listings, okay, right? So there's a group over here. And then there's the bare minimum group. So the group right here, which would be 2%. 2% is the least amount you can promote your listings, right? So you have this group who does the bare minimum is now beating the group that refuses to participate in the promoted listings thing, right? So they are going to beat out these guys all the time because they are at 2%. I was in the camp of doing it at 3% because you know that there are the people who don't participate. You know that there are people who are going to do the bare minimum. Then why don't I do the bare minimum plus 1? So I was in the 3% category. So I was happy with that. My parameters of doing promoted listings was if the item is $20 or right there about, $20, then I will promote it. So that has nothing to do with the shipping, because the shipping is extra for the customer for me. I don't do free shipping on anything. So it has nothing to do with the shipping. It has to do with my sales that I run pretty much constantly. So they're like 20 to 30% off. So a $19 item is going to come around to around 14 or whatever. So $14 or $15 or whatever. And I'm okay with that, right? So then the promoted listings will come out of that, right? So this person said, do you take offers? And if you take offers, which I have offers open on almost every item that I have, if you take offers, you could just up your percentage on your promoted listings and it's not going to affect it, and maybe you won't have to do so many offers because people will just outright purchase it. So I was thinking about that, and what would you be willing to sacrifice? How much money would you be willing to sacrifice to make an extra $1,000? So would you be willing to sacrifice $50 to make another $1,000? Of course I would. Would you be willing to sacrifice $100 to make another $1,000? So that I thought about and pondered. So not that I'm gonna start promoting like in the double digits or anything like that, but I thought about maybe 5%, 7%, and see how much more sells, because I have moved out of, I'm not participating, I'm not in bare minimum, and I'm not in the bare minimum plus 1 category. You know, maybe you're 5-7% of what you sell. You're way out in front of everybody else. I mean, there are going to be people that are way out in front of you. There's always going to be these outliers and stuff. But a lot of those people just run themselves into the ground because they don't really understand what they're actually doing. How much money they're actually going to lose. So, but I'm thinking like, I would sacrifice $100 to make another $1,000. So you'd only, in retrospect, you'd only gain $900. But I would really love to do that. Interesting thought process. Tell me what you think below. And that's about all I got for you today. Hope your thrifting goes well. Hope garage sales around you are doing well. And remember that Jesus loves you. He wants to have a relationship with you. Be careful of what the world is telling you, because the real the real thing is it's in the Bible. So the real Word of God is in the Bible, and all you need to do is look at that instruction manual for how to live your life. Take that however you will, but Jesus is there for you. And remember, when you find that really good item at the garage sale, always give yourself a self high five. Catch you on the next one.